You are so beautiful to me. Oh, can't you see? What's good? What's good, guys? What's good? Connor Lewis. It's the kid. Right. Repping 403. Kyle S. Dirty Pat Walsh. What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. So we're going to let a few people get on here. Any subjects you guys want to hear about tonight, let me know. You know what I mean? Scripner, there's my boy. Yo, yo, yo. What's good? What's good? How are the kids? You know what I mean? Hoping they're doing well. So, for those of you guys that don't know, I was just about to turn some tunes on, actually. For those of you that don't know, we're going to be doing a meet and greet with Big Herc, fresh out, Prison Talk, and Big Herc 916. February 15th, right here in San Fernando Valley. We're going to have shirts. I'm having a sick-ass shirt. It's going to be a one-time shirt, you know, being, what do you call it? Damn, you would think I'd know all these words, you know what I mean, with as many books as I've read. Half the time I had to figure out what the words meant just by how they appeared in the sentence, you know what I'm saying? So one side is going to be like a Sesame Street side with Big Bird right there all loked out. And the other side is going to be Herc's emblem with his dude all swole up, you know what I mean? But it's going to be like Batman City. They're going to be coinciding right there together. And there's going to be a big talking bubble over both of their heads where we're going to sign the shirts. So, all right, let's see. 9 likes out of 53 team players so far already. You guys, it's not that hard. Just go ahead and smash that like button. It just helps me out. Speaking of helping me out, so I tried to put the shirt off last time to the highest donator, and they all just sent the money towards the bed and said they didn't want the shirt. So, which was cool. This is the only month. Well, that's not true. It's been 2 other months, but this month I'm paying the bed week by week because I just called the studio, geez, what's the friggin'? I can't think of anything tonight. The Union Hall tonight again, you know, so it's like calling a radio show to win a day's work, but I do it every night, you know, and you know, I guess I'm just going to keep doing it. What I'm going to do next time I go out is I'm going to be asking everybody, like, who else do you work for, and get some numbers of what's going on, you know. So they all work for different places at the tier I'm at. I'm at like at tier 5. You guys going to make a video of the meet and greet? I don't think we're going to do a video of the meet and greet. Like me and her could do a video anytime we want. Like, you know, we know each other. We're buddies, whatever, you know. He's doing a really cool thing right now for the best transformation, body transformation. He's giving up $5,000, $5,000 to get yourself into shape, man. That's a big incentive right there, you know. You might want to go check it out on Fresh Out, Big Herc 916, and find out the best body transformation. If you've been wanting to do something and you haven't really had the motivation, $5,000 is a hell of a motivator. You know what I'm saying? And then also this month for Patreon, as you guys have seen, we've released quite a bit of shit on there because that's where you guys get the tales you're looking for, you know, and that's what assists me with the bed. And like I said, this month, though, I'm paying the bed weekly, which is a little more expensive when you do it that way. It's $185 a week, but with the new year coming in and not working as much, it's been a little rough. So I'm going to do the same deal tonight on the shirt. There's only a few of you on here right now, but and I'll say it again. So this is the shirt. It is a extra large, you know, and then on the back, it's got that. And I'll go ahead and sign it for you guys and send it out. Go to Badgers Heavy Hitters Gmail or PayPal.com at gmail.com PayPal. If you're interested in checking it out, you know, I could use a little help this month. I'm not e-begging or whatever, but I'm just stating I could use some help on getting the bed, and I have the shirt to go. So anyway, like I said, we're having the new shirt drawn up just for the meet and greet only. You know, we're trying to buy enough shirts to where we could send some out through the channels, because they're going to be such cool shirts. I hope everyone's new year is starting off the way they expected it to. You know, everybody makes all these. Oh, you guys, check it out. Sorry, I'm bouncing around. Let me slow down. Let's get down to the situation. First things first, we have the meet and greet is February 15th. The next thing is body transformation, $5,000 winning of the body transformation at Big Herc's 916, Fresh Out, and Prison Talk. So you go over there and sign up or do whatever you're doing over there. Say Badger10 as a promo code. Okay, that gets you some kind of help. I'm not sure what it is, but anyway, it helps you out. So I went to the mailbox today, the P.O. Box, which is P.O. Box 572-875, P.O. Box 572-875, Tarzana, California, 91357. And wouldn't you know it, there was 7 letters in there with, you know, one had $2 in it, one had just the only one had $2 in it, but there was $1 in each one, you know, and I thought that was so cool that, you know, we've discussed, you know, paying for a bed through that, which was awesome, but whatever. I just thought it was cool, you know, like I was stressing over this and that, and I just feel like it was the God speaking out to me saying, hey, just keep pushing, man, no matter what. Everything's going to be all right. And the only reason I've kept the bed is because what I get here, you know, the freedom that I get to experience of helping a fellow man, you know what I mean? I may not be able to change the world, but I can change one person's world, that's for sure. Just like mine was changed, man. You know, just like yours could be changed, you guys. So if you're out there, you're a little depressed or you're down a little, you don't feel things are going your way, man, all you got to do is get up, dust off, and push through tomorrow just as well, you know? That's the only difference between a coward and a brave man, is knowing what to do with the fear. I let you guys know that all the time. You know, when you live with killers on a regular basis and then people try coming at you all K10, which stands for high power, it's a red band out here. They come at you all, you know, the level 4 mustache and the hard look, and you know, that shit don't affect us, you know. The standard guy might get affected by it. Even then, I doubt it. You know, what impresses me is somebody being able to smile and go, hey, what's up, bud? You know what I mean? Can I give you a hand with that? Or, you know, somebody reaching out. Those are the guys that impress me, man. The guys that don't got to be hard as hell on the yard, you know? The guy that steps up and was like, hey, man, let me give you a hand with that. Whatever, you know? I was telling you guys in my last little tales that, let me read some of these. Are you ever going to do read on the East Coast? The East Coast answer would be like, you know, you guys would have to pay our way out there. That's how Herc does it. So he gets his way paid out there and do whatever. They do whatever. I guess he was been flown a couple of places. Good looking out, CC. If you guys are going to do that, please go to Badgers Heavy Hitters at PayPal.com. It'll still show that you donated. And do it on there, because that way that YouTube doesn't take their little 60%. I wish I could be bumping some music in the background right now, because I was sitting here and things were weighing heavy on me, and I'm like, man, I need to talk to the tribe. You know what I mean? Like, I just needed to reach out and feel a little better inside here. I wanted to, give me one second. So let me show you guys why too. See all that? I've been trying to figure it all out. It's the cameras. I just filmed like an hour and a half worth of film, and I had used this microphone with the camera and all the film's there, but guess what? There's no sound. An hour and a half of film, no sound, man. I'm so bummed. Anyway, Richard Cortez is coming on the show. He's agreed to come on the show. Now, Richard was caught up in the Rampart. You know, he got caught up in that. He received 71 to life. I'd known Richard from the yard. We were on the same yard. And after 7 years, I believe somewhere around 7 years, they walked up into his cell late at night. And D Major, thanks. You know what I mean? Respect. Keep pushing. They walked up into his cell and told him, hey, my boy, you want to go home? You know, sign this paper, shut the fuck up, and get out. You know, and that's pretty much how it went down with him. The paper was stating that he would not sue. You know, whatever it says. Me and Joey collab. I've been trying to hook up with Joey. Joey's busy, you know. I haven't been as busy as I want to be, but you know, we'll hook up when we can. I'm just tired of doing the same interviews with the same people that everyone else is doing it. Or I'll interview them, and then the next person will interview them. Usually they come on here first, and then somebody else snatches them up. I'm just tired of doing the same people. I want you guys to get different perspectives. I want you guys to know what it's like to be homeless and cold out here in California. Probably not as bad as it is to be homeless and cold on the East Coast. It's freezing balls over there. 61 likes to 114. Come on, guys. You can work with me better than that. Anyway, I'm clean for 4 months. Congratulations, Thomas McMaster. Keep pushing, man. That's so, you know, hats off. Salute. How to donate again, please, sir. So, okay, Chad Robinson, you go to Badgers Heavy Hitters at gmail.com, PayPal, or you just go in here to the description and you hit PayPal on there. And the highest donator, I'm going to say over $20 because it cost me $7 to send them out. Sure, $7, $14. The highest bidder, $20 and up, starts the bidding. You know what I mean? So, and I'm true to my word. I'll send it out. Anyway, yeah, the link is in the description. So I appreciate that, whoever answered that. Anyway, Richard was just like a lot of people, you know what I mean? When you go inside and you start hooking up with your ride and... What's up, dog? I'm doing the live feed right now. All right, so... Yeah, so, all right, bye. So anyway, let me try and get that fixed right now. He had started making some moves in there to maybe come in with the fellows on his side, you know. So there's a difference between a South Sider and a Serreño, you know what I mean? And then there's a difference. It's you tear up just like anything else, just like my Patreon. You're a snowflake, you're a tough guy, you're a convict, you're a shoe. You know what I mean? It's the same thing in there. And Richard had started making those moves. And his name was being tossed around a little here and there. So he could have fucked himself, man. You guys, back when I was doing time, the reason the MA blew up, the brand blew up, BGF blew up, was because a murder carried 18 months in the shoe. I go whack you right in front of a lieutenant. You know what I mean? The most I was looking at was 18 months in the shoe. So, of course, they were able to blow up. The violence was sick, man. You know, the respect level was sicker. Let me tell you that. The violence was sick, man. And now you go hit somebody, 12 people are telling on you, and you're getting a fucking street case. You're getting the same time, you know? It's not the way to go. Those of you that are out here and wanting to be so enthralled or enthralled by prison politics and this and that, man, if you're not trying to go, good. Keep watching the channel. You know, if you're trying to go or you've got a sentence coming, then get in touch with one of us. You know, like, don't go in there green is green, because there's several things to tell you, man. And one of those things is be yourself. Do not come in there woofing all this K10 high power. I killed 700 motherfuckers before breakfast. You know what I mean? Like, fucking, I hope you're carving a machine gun. You know, don't come off with any of that bullshit, man. We can read through you like no tomorrow. The louder you talk, the softer we know you are. You know what I mean? The guy that comes in and he's like, man, look, I'm down for mine. I'll tell you that. And I'll back us up when we need backed up. But I ain't trying to have many problems. That's most people's, you know, anybody doing a little bit of time and doesn't want to be, they like the little yard they're on. That's most people's perception of how they want things to be. They don't want a loudmouth. They don't want somebody fucking always causing mixes. Like at Jamestown, I was cool with the CEO, the gang coordinator CEO, because he knew I didn't let us get into wrecks. I'm speaking about my car. And at the time, those of you who don't know, I ran Skinhead, man. So there, you guys, I finally said it for you. I ran Skinhead, okay? And I didn't let us get into wrecks. I didn't let the kids go out there and get into tournaments where they're playing cards with other races and whatever. I didn't let that shit go down. So, of course, the correctional officers were being cool with me. I was respectful to them, and you need to be. Because if you're not, if you could be like, oh, fucked up police and blah, 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 man, your own ride is going to smash you. Let me tell you that. Let's see. No, it was no shade, man. Come on. Take a joke, bro. But, like, you know, let it go where it goes. Because I've said anything that I've said on here to the individuals. Let's just say that. Anyway, don't come in being something you're not, man. You know, don't be scared of every situation. You're going to be. You know what I mean? Because I was. I was in fear all the time, 24/7. It's just knowing how to control that fear, man. You know, I remember when you roll on the yard, and old school reception was this, man. When the bus pulls up, every race comes mobbing over there, and they're just deep as hell. Wham, wham, wham. And you got your little fish pack, you know, your little whatever, cruising out the bus, and everyone's like, ooh, fresh meat on the line. Fucking look at them fucking orange suits, you know, whatever they're, you know, look at that pretty white boy with the curly hair. Ain't no joy like a big butt boy. All that shit's being hollered out, you know what I mean? And it's, you're fucking, if you're not in some kind of fear, there's something wrong with you. You're dead inside. You're emotionless, you know what I mean? All the time, bud. All the time. OFM. Just so you know, all the time. Right here under the couch. So, you know, so you come in, you're going to go, you're going to get dressed out, and you're going to get told where your cell is, or, you know, if you live dorm living, I guess you go to a dorm environment, whatever, you get told where you're going, and usually your people get at you right away. They'll roll up and be like, hey, homie, who you run with, blah, blah, blah. You state who you run with, and then they'll come get at you, you know? And you try not to lock it up your first unlock. You want to put your shit away, get out there and meet whoever you need to meet. And then, because that way, if you're going to get busy and you're not going to be on the yard, ain't no sense in getting everything fucking put away and swooped up right from the gate, you know, because a lot of people fuck up in the county thinking, man, maybe I could just ride this safe. I didn't get caught, whatever. Right? Thanks, Sam. I appreciate that. So a lot of people get caught up in the county jail, and they show up thinking, oh, man, maybe I could just walk through this. Nobody's going to know that I did this, I did that. And, man, guess what? It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. You know, there's nothing you can do the entire time of being locked up where you don't have eyes on you at some point. Somebody's always watching, man. Somebody's always watching. You know, you're whacking off. Somebody's going to watch. You know, just you can't do anything without being seen or on camera anymore. It's just how it is. Um, you know, a sad story which happened when I was at Jamestown was this Italian dude had gotten into debt on paper for a couple of papers, I mean, and told his people, send the money order here, blah, blah, blah. So, and his people did say they sent the money order. So he goes, tells them, you know, hey, they sent the money order. Can I get another paper? So he got another paper, whatever. He got more in debt. And mind you, the first papers, money hadn't touched down yet for the first papers. So here he is getting more in debt. And this went on for a minute, man. You know, like he got into a little bit of debt, and his people said they sent the money. Anyway, they had it. They needed to make an example of somebody. He was up, you know, and they went out and moved on him right on the yard. Pow, 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 pow. And he was trying to get to the unit office, and he died on the way there, you know. And what happened was the money touched down that day. That's very same day the money had touched down. And, you know, there was a few people in trouble for the move that got made. You know, the money, the debt was paid. There was no reason for them to get hit. They just were getting anxious, you know. Anytime you're on a yard and meth hits that yard, it's fucking nightmare, man. You know, my boy said the other day, all I can hope for is an uneventful year. You know, the real IB, appreciate you, my boy. Freddie, headstand, Gino, Calvin, holding that down, Calipatria, right? So, yeah, a few people got in trouble for that, you know, making a move too quick. So everybody thinks it's grand to be that guy, be the shot caller, be this and be that. And trust me, the majority of the time, I'd take a pass on that shit. I'd rather just pass than take the responsibility of, you know, say you're from the valley, you got 19 people from your car on the yard, okay? Because you're from the valley, you got quite a few people from your car on the yard. And that's 19 different fucking problems you got to hear about. He didn't wash his hands after he went crap. He tried to shake homeboy's hand. He's drinking with this guy. Blah. Oh my God, you guys, it's fucking just has you go crazy, you know? So don't think it's cool to be the shot caller. You know, the only reason I'd taken that position a couple times, and I took it just for a quick minute to get out of it, was to know that our car wouldn't wreck. You know what I mean? Like, as soon as I knew the next responsible individual was around that had a similar mindset as me, they would have the keys in a second, happily. Here you go, my boy. You know what I mean? Because getting a third of whatever, a third of a third, you know? So, like, say a third comes to me as a shot caller, and I'm supposed to send a third to the back, right? So I keep a third, obviously, but it all gets so dramatized, you guys, and everybody knows that drugs run the institution. It's drugs and money. Nothing stops just because you're behind the wall. If you think you're an addict on the streets and then you go inside and you're just going to quit, you know what I mean? You're still an addict, man. And fucking when dope hits the yard and your nose gets wide open for a paper and your homeboy throws it out there, hey, let's go and have on a paper. Half the time they're just sucking you in, you know what I mean? So, because now you're in debt, you know what I mean? You got nothing going on in your locker this month because your people send you money and the state takes 55%. So they send you $100, they take 55%, you get $45 out of that, and you're going to go to the store with your 45, and you know, even a candy bar is $2 in there now. So a can of Bugler was $6 back at at its finest. You know what I mean? It looks like winner chicken dinner. We got somebody going for the shirt right now, Mr. Chad Robinson. I hope you're sending an address with that. So please, you guys, also when you go there, please leave your address. If somebody gonna step up and try and meet Chad or whatever, thank you, my boy. Any donations that come in tonight are going straight to the bed because I just paid by the week this month. I paid $185, and I'm just going to have to do it like that for the remainder of the month unless I catch some work with the studios because, it sometimes causes problems for me and Harriet around here too, me putting up for that bed. But, I'm not going to quit because of her. She's right about some things, but you know what? Like, I get a sense of, I don't know how to call it. When you've done so much shit and you look at yourself in the mirror sometimes and you think, man, you fucking savage. You don't deserve the life that you have. You know what I mean? And, I ask my gods why I'm out here, and I'm out here to do something good with the remainder of my life. Like I say, I can't help change the entire world, but I can change one person's entire world. And it's cool, man. Like, it's especially cool helping people that you just don't like. You know what I mean? Like, I've gotten so many people off the streets that I just had no respect for, nothing. But they had potential, you know what I mean? Like, everybody has potential until they don't. I've had one guy, the same guy, on that bed 3 different times in the 18 months that is coming up on that I've had it. 3 separate times I put him in that bed. And I've kicked him out 3 separate times. So, he just wasn't ready. And he sells me a great little tale of how he wants to get off the streets in the beginning. And I'll come by and be like, well, where are you at in your step work? So anyway, I'm going to do a quick little reading for you guys, give you a chance to go ahead and catch that like button up to the amount of subscribers. So right or left, you guys? Right or left? Right or left? Left. All right. All right. It says July 22nd, but we know it's today. Anyway, for us to die often is in more ways than one. Basic text, page 82. As newcomers, where are my damn glasses? As newcomers, many of us came to our first meeting with only a small spark of life remaining. That spark, our spirit wants to survive. The program, the spirit, the love of the fellowship quickly fans that spark into a flame. With the 12 steps and the love of other recovering addicts, we begin to blossom into the whole vital human being our higher power intended us to be. We begin to enjoy life, finding purpose in our existence. Each day we choose to stay clean. Our spirit is revitalized, and our relationship with our God grows. Our spirit becomes strong each day we choose life by staying clean. Despite the fact that our new life and recovery is rewarding, the urge to use can sometimes be overwhelming. When everything in our life seems to go so wrong, a return to using can seem like the only way out. But we know that when the consequences will be if we use. The lost spark, carefully natured spirituality. We have traveled too far along the spiritual path to dishonor our spirit. By snuffing the spiritual flame, we have worked so hard to restore. And our recovery is too dear a price to pay for getting high. I am grateful that my spirit is strong and vital. Today I will honor that spirit by staying clean. So you guys, not everybody comes in to the program overflowing with the God of their understanding. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's like, oh, thank the gods, or thank God, or thank Buddha, or whatever. Man, everybody's like, fuck this and fuck a God. I don't want to hear that God shit. That's everybody. You might have 1 or 2 people that have been raised through the church and are comfortable with it, but most everybody comes in and go, man, fuck these religious fanatic freaks, But as life starts to appear for you, and you suit up and show up even when you don't want to. And the little things that start to happen, you start stacking all those little things together and you go, man, this is more than I deserve. So I don't know what you feel worthy of. You know, a lot of people feel really entitled to a lot of shit. A lot of people feel like judging a lot of people. You're going to get all that in the rooms too. There's predators in the rooms. There's sick people still in the rooms, guys. Don't think that I'm saying just everything's going to be great there. Lonk, lonk to God. Appreciate you. So don't think, you know, like, I'm just saying you can find the people that you're going to associate with in the rooms. You could, it's people you wouldn't see yourself hanging out with that could save your life. You know, that's my story. Nobody was ever tattooed right or cool enough in the beginning when I first would come in, and you know, they weren't. I would always judge the next individual and be like, man, he's not cool enough to save me. Man, it ends up being the people that you don't expect that are there for you every single time. They're there for you. The people that you think are going to be there for you, nah, you know. And I've had to learn that through trial and error, you know. And when I feel like when the God sends somebody to step in my way now, I'm just open to listen. I just put my blinders on and I hear the message from that person. And, you know, I see it as my God speaking through that individual, you know. I've made some cool people that I'm with on here. So we got Richard Cortez coming on. I'm trying to get in touch with Steve from CO Stories. I think it would be great to bring a CO on. You know what I mean? Like, I got all kinds of questions for him. Keep in mind, they're people too, man. Like, they're as corrupt as we are. They're as human as we are. Get Rob some pussy with the money. Burgers? When you guys say Rob, I always assume you're talking about Rob Savage. So that's who I'm assuming you guys are talking about. You know, and I love my boy Rob Savage. He's supposed to be coming on the channel. So, and he does a great daily Good Morning Champions on Facebook. You know, I have to go there sometimes. I have to be reminded that I'm a champion, you know, because my head starts to weigh heavy on me when things, you know, especially financial fear. When I get in financial fear, I'm like, I can almost cripple myself. But the more I do with my finances, the better things just seem to play out. You know, I'm cooking a pot roast, shredded pulled pork tonight. You know, I went down there and you can get a big piece of pork for like $7 and throw some barbecue sauce on it and you got shredded pork sandwiches, you know. So like, I'm figuring out how to make everything function right out here. You know, a lot of people go inside and they get served their 3 meals a day. Not that they're considered a complete meal now. What you get now inside is exactly what you got. Peter Pie, good looking trout, a couple dollars short on one of you guys is a couple dollars short. So just picture the cost of shipping because you guys both sent the same amount in. What was I saying? Oh, you get exactly what the working Jew got during the war. You know, you get 1,900 calories. That's if you eat everything on that tray. I 602'd that shit all the way when I was in the hole. I was in the shoe, whatever you want to call it. You know, I 602'd that all the way to Sacramento, and they came back that 4 ounces of vegetables is equivalent. It's called the Heart Healthy Diet. That's what you're fed in the state of California, Heart Healthy Diet. It's 4 ounces of this, 4 ounces of that, 2 ounces of this, and, you know, your leche or whatever, your milk, whatever. So respect, you guys. Keep pushing. I don't know. You guys are all at the same rate, you know, which is cool. That almost covers this week's cha-cha, which I'm very grateful for. Please don't just know that I'm very grateful for that. And that's why I give you guys the blood and guts and the juicy stuff on Patreon. You know, most of the time it's just us chopping it up, man, telling war stories. And, you know, I have just as much fun because then you feel like you're sitting with your people and you're not being judged because you've already been through all this shit. They've been through the exact same shit and you could talk about it. I could come on here and cure cancer today and still get the off the top 5 dislikes, no matter what. So, all right. Strict Thanksgiving. All right, I got there. Smoking, working. Anyone in work in this program? Fine. House with anger. So anger is addictive, man. Are you serious? Anger is a huge deal, man. You feed off of anger. It feels so good sometimes. When I wake up in the morning, I'm always angry. First thing. And then I look around and I'm like, man, I got this in my arms. I'm in a warm blanket. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't really like to put my girl's story out there, but she's PTSD'd all the way. All the way. So when she was younger, her parents scooped her up and sent her to one of those Mexican facilities. You know, the ones where it costs $100,000 a year and all the unspeakable shit happens there. You know, she was sent there, and her parents didn't do her any fucking favors. Let me tell you, it's chipped her into the character that she is. She talks about it in her, you know, on a daily. A few of the other survivors from that place have gotten at her and they want to do documentaries on it. And if you don't know the kind of places I'm talking about, well, I'm not going to go into it because it's not my story. And, you know, I hate disclosing that much. But so you basically, me and Harriet are just two fucked up individuals trying to make it work for each other. You know, I'm short on emotions wise. I know fear real well. I know anger super well, you know, and the kind and loving and humble shit, that's all the stuff that takes work for me every day. Do you know what it takes for me to tell her, you know what, I apologize, I was out of line? Man, it takes everything I got in the entire world. You know, it takes everything I got to not lose that individual, because I will lose that individual. I will push that individual away so fast it's not even funny. So when you surround yourself with like-minded people, right? So you get what I'm saying. I'm around like-minded people. That's why we tell the stories that we tell for Patreon on there, because it's not coming on here and I'm being judged. You know what I mean? Like, you should have seen my first sponsors when I mentioned murder to them, you know what I mean? And how I jumped on their back at 47 push-ups and cut his throat and just started stabbing the shit out of him. And I felt that surge of electricity running through me and my knees were weak and I'm just, and my fingers bleeding because the knife's all wet and slippery now. And, you know, like, my sponsors are all of a sudden like, what the fuck? What the fuck? You know, and they don't treat me the same anymore. So I quit telling my story in my fourth, you know what I mean? I just was like, I'm upset at dude for making me do what he made me do to him or something. You know, like, I put it in code now because every single one of them changed up on me except for Jimmy. Jimmy never changed up on me. You know, he's like, you're holding back on this, you know, give me the rated R version, you know, and Jimmy never flinched, blinked, nothing, you know. And for those of you that don't know, Jimmy lost his son to the disease. You know, he's seen him 1 minute and the next day, his other kids are looking for him and they find him. Jimmy was homeless for 14 years and they find him and they tell him, hey, little Jimmy's dead, you know. The Drag Queen Story Hour. I don't know anything about it. Is it a RuPaul thing or what? I don't know anything about the trouser trout troll. It works for me. I look at my anger and frustration, which is from Penna. I haven't used it else, and sometimes I'm just not feeling it. No, yeah, I totally agree with you, trouser troll. Like, I'm right there with you, my boy. You know, it's just I have to figure out, like, the comments on here. They've been very good. Jacob McGuire, appreciate you. The comments on here have been good for thickening up my skin as far as a lot of things go and knowing not to react, because it's just like a PC cell soldier to me. You know what I mean? They know I can't get to them. They know they can't get to me. Well, they're welcome to. I go to plenty of meetings, but they know I can't get to them, so they'll say this and the moderators usually take it off, and I like some of them to come through so that you guys know some of the shit that I have to deal with. You know what I mean? I'm still uh, General Pop, although I hadn't been on General Pop for some time when I was busted because I finished up in the shoe. I mean, I don't know. You could call it the shoe. It's all the same. The shoe, the PHU, like you ain't getting it, nobody. You slip your cuffs fucking at medical and maybe put hands on somebody, but you ain't getting it, nobody. It's all the same at that point. So, and like I said, it's knowing how to direct that fear that makes you a soldier or a victim, one of the two. You may not be the toughest guy around, but fucking if you're down to get down for yours, you're going to be at least respected for that. You know what I mean? Don't think that just because you know you're about to get smashed, go in there and handle that shit anyway. Man, you got me fucked up. We're still going to get down. Nick Hill, appreciate you. You know what I mean? You let them know we're still going to get down, man. You may fuck me up, but we're still going to get down. You ain't going to just talk to me like that. Not many people got the balls to do that. So I roll into medium north, and I got my bedroll, and let me remind you. So we had just got through rioting at Rodney King's, Reginald Denny. No, it was Rodney King. So we just got through rioting, and we all got shipped over to Medium North, and they put us in different dorms, all whites. And as soon I don't even get my bed unrolled. You know what I mean? I get a broom handle cracked over me, bam, and cracked broom handle means you're getting that ran into you next. You know what I mean? Bah. So I do what's I fight my way to get to the front. Fuck all my shit. I'm leaving that. You know what I mean? I'm out of here. Now, does that make you a coward because you run to the front? I think it makes you smart. You know what I mean? When you know the numbers are out, you're just outnumbered, you're fucked anyway, and you're trying to get up out of the situation. You ain't yelling deputy or whatever to get out of there. You're about to lose. I'm down for living to fight another day. You know what I mean? And that went on for a minute until they put us all in the visiting rooms, and I told everybody, if they come to move us again, we're threatening to rip our wristbands off. That's it. If you rip your wristband off, they have no idea who you are. You don't answer for nothing. You don't get moved. You know what I mean? It's that simple. And it came to that. They ended up they cleared a whole dorm, and they put all whites in that dorm. And when we got in there, you guys, you'd think that we would be in heaven. Let me tell you, that's when we just turned on each other. It was vicious. It was straight vicious. And I was part of that viciousness, you know what I mean? Because I had watched some good homies get fucked up with nobody backing them up. And those that didn't stand up, at least stand up, man. Be a shield, be something in the way of, don't just be in the way. Man, it was bad, you guys. Like the smashings that went down in there. Just because people didn't want to stand up or whatever, they wish to God that they had stood up as opposed to what they got delivered to them in there. And this was whites on whites. You would think that we'd all be happy that we're all living together. You know what I mean? I guess defense at any time, bring an issue that needs to be addressed to her attention. It's constantly micromanaging you. Tired of playing out. Well, Freeman, sounds like maybe you try and do it their way. That's what they pay you for, right? You try and do it their way, and if you're still being wrote about it and this and that, maybe you need to go above their head. You bring the issues to them. Say, I feel you get defensive with me when I'm just trying to communicate with you. Like I need this job, so you tell me how we're going to work this out. And just everything is approach, you guys. Approach is everything. You know what I mean? What versus what? Right? You don't got to, you get to, guys. Keep that in mind. I let you know that all the time. Sweet. Yeah, I'm good. What do you mean lost weight? Shit. I started putting some weight on because you guys said after I went to boot camp, you guys were saying he got fucking cancer. And no, you just seen me thinner than I had been because I did boot camp, Now it's time to me join that body transformation and get back in that gym, and because there's boot camp. We usually go at 7 in the mornings. We go 7 to 8, and you're moving every minute. Bam, bam, bam. You're moving every minute of that hour. And let me tell you, you see all these thick girls, they outworked me. Every single one of them outworked the shit out of me. You know what I mean? Chad, thank you. Chad Robinson, thank you. A little short on that one, but to send it to you. I'm going to let you guys know who it is, though, tonight. So right now, I think we have 2 in the running. So, okay. I was thinking that you, anyway, you guys know that my word's bond, man. Like, whoever has the right donation, the highest donation is getting it sent to them. You can believe that. Please make sure that you put your address, your complete mailing address. So, I don't know if you guys checked out the White Crypt that I had on here. I was a little iffy about having him on, because I think back on, to be honest with you, I had only been involved in 2 moves on them, and they were dirty moves too. You know what I mean? Like, they were dirty. Both of them were on the basketball court, made sure their blood pressure was up and bumping, and when we made our moves, and they were dirty moves. But so I was like a little leery on how I was going to have an interview with him, and I gotta tell you, I go watch his stories from time to time, and yeah, they kill. He's got a good little tail, like, it's got to be rough running that route, man. Running Crip, being white, man, it's got to be rough. But like I said, he stayed true to the game. He stayed true to what he is. I respect that. On the yard, the people that I respected the most were Muslims. You know what I mean? They hated me. I hated them. That's what's bred to us. And now, let's just say I know, but I always showed them respect. And guess what? They always showed us respect. So, but we knew where we stood with each other. I hate not knowing where you stand with somebody. That's the worst, man. Like this shirt says, I'd rather eat crumbs with bums than steaks with snakes, man. I always respected them because they always let me know where they stood. They didn't come asking me for shit. They didn't come trying to put me in crosses. Nothing. So they were always had my respect coming, as most everybody did. Like, I never came off disrespectful in the beginning. You know what I mean? Like, I show respect until they no longer have that coming. And I still run that route today. I had seen Big Joe. Chomo has a channel. Check it out. It's changing real fast. There's seriously a child molester who has a channel, you guys? Anyway, yeah, so that was you that sent the $2, Chad Robinson? So good looking out. I thought that was so cool today. I mean, it just gave me the motivation to keep pushing. You know what I mean? I think there was a total of $6 in there. And I was like, this is going in a fund. This is going into me starting a house one day. So that you guys know, I did have 2 houses in Bakersfield where I did just this. I'd get letters from the joint saying, hey, Badger, can I parole there from whoa. And I opened the first house. We opened it. It was called the Hartman Home, which is my grandfather's last name. And it was thriving, man. Within 90 days, we had to open a second one. Dave and I think I had 90 days clean when we opened the home, and Dave had 6 months clean. and we're opening homes, sober living homes, and we'd go snatch people up out of the park and bring them home, and get them off the street, get them a shower, get them some food, and you know, but you were always doing something. You were in the steps, or you were out there painting the eaves. Those eaves at that house must have been painted so many times that they'd fall over from weight of so much paint. I didn't just have people laying around. They say, feed a man a fish and he eats for a day, or teach him how to fish and he eats for a lifetime, whatever, something. That's how I've always ran it. It's the same thing. Nothing was laid out for me. Nothing's been just given to me, and anything that is given to me, I utilize it to its maximum potential. I don't know, man. Like, I'm so glad that I came on the channel right now tonight and did this, because I'm going to tell you, I was feeling a little heavy with lack of motivation, just an hour ago. And now that I've come on here and I've gotten to look at a few things and think about my freedom and know that I can get up and go over there and slide that sliding glass door and go outside and breathe fresh air. Sometimes it's that simple for me, sometimes it's that simple. Because I get lonely too, man. Like, I don't hang with a bunch of people, because a bunch of people is a bunch of problems. I have me and my girl and a ton of associates. I have people I've become friends with, Scripner, Clifster, Sandman, like a few people that I've done interviews with, but I don't really kick it with anyone. By the way, you guys, my son called me tonight. It was cool. He's not doing so well with his life, but it was cool to have him call me, man. And it's cool that I get to be an example today as to, they know I'm not just talking about where I've been, what I've done. You know what I mean? I've forgotten more shit than they've ever mixed up in. So they do show me that respect, as far as coming in and saying, I'm dad, you're going to do what I say, you're going to, whatever. That shit's never been my story. I've never felt like they had that coming. I never felt like I had earned that right to come in and tell them how to live. I could show them by how I'm living today, and that's all I can do. I can't force anything on anybody. I'm sure. So Daddy Ruiman too. So he's not real, right? He's a character, bro. He's a character. Him and Dan, whatever, are the same people. If you look, they're the same people. So it's just a character. He's just a character. Midtown, Texas. Appreciate you, my boy. Positive thoughts. I constantly tell everyone about talking about that life. When all your friends are dead or in prison, it gets lonely real quick. It does too, my boy. I'm telling you, D Major. I think back on Jeff Christian, Mike Swanson, Tom Portwood, and all those dudes are dead. Rana, you know what I mean? Frog. Just all those dudes are dead, man. Fino and Steve doing life. Tom Portwood murdered in fucking Florence prison. Just like, I don't know, you guys. So the name of the person you keep bringing up, which I'm not going to, that's why he talks about me, is he wants me to bring him up. So, because Lance brought him up and he got like 600 new subscribers overnight, which he was hoping I would do something like that. And I just know better. I don't pay them trolls any attention. And it's the same person. It's a comedy skit that he does. That's what he's doing, is a comedy skit. So that's how I feel about him. And you get, guys who did time with have their own channels. So nobody I did time with has their own channels. No. Native Americans roll out west. So how the Native Americans roll inside? Well, I'm going to tell you this. Like, we appreciate their efforts. They're the ones who got us to where we could have our spiritual rights as well. They did all the fighting for it, all the 602ing. So anything they get, we're entitled to as well. Same thing for people like Wicca or whatever their religion may be. The Indians laid that platform for us. You know what I mean? So, That's gay as fuck, Trouser Troll. Come on. Uh, Nobody realizes the sacrifices that so many other people made for us just to have the little bullshit that we do have. You know, keeping your Super 2, your Super 3, those are radios, by the way, for those of you that don't know. Once the clear plastics came out, you weren't allowed to leave that shit. You know what I mean? Like, they were getting that off the yard. But if you already owned it, you got to keep it, you know? And if you was doing a life sentence, you probably still have it. But first chance you give them cops to take that shit, they're gonna. You know what I mean? A lot of lifers don't have people. I don't know about anybody else, man, but I didn't have nobody doing shit for me. Nobody. So I did what I did. I did the things that I did, and I'm not proud of any of them, you know? I extorted, and yeah, I extorted my own people, the same people that I was trying to bring up. I would extort. It was a finesseful extort, though, you know? It was, I didn't try and hurt anybody when it came to that, you know? It was a finesseful extort. And once again, part of the reason I'm paying back my karma is to what I do today. You know, I know the things that I've done were wrong. So you guys hear the neighborhood I live in, man. That's all day long. So, and do I stay strapped? Of course I stay strapped, man. Come on. I live in that kind of neighborhood. You know, people don't realize this, but one day soon, hopefully later than soon, but water is going to be the next currency, you know? Lonk lonk to God. So I don't recommend that. You know what I mean? I don't recommend that. I suggest you figure that you suffered enough and you just turn around. Turn it around now, man. You don't need to suffer that much because you can get lost in suffering. You can get lost. Everything becomes an addiction. Anger is an addiction. Self-pity is an addiction. What is it called when you think you have something all the time? Hypochondria. You know, you start to believe all that shit. So anyway, I filmed the other night with this camera. You know, I got this camera, and I put this on it, and you know, trying to get you guys the top shelf because I want to start upgrading the show as far as visual goes, sound quality, and all this. And Sandman's doing it the best he can, and they don't PC channels out here. So we just extort them. That's crazy, Travis Mitchell. Who in the hell would even want to live on a yard with them? I don't suggest extorting them at all. I say they have the most foul punishment coming as possible, and you put them in a spot to where they can't be extorted, man. You know, who in the fuck would want to live around those people? Anyway, sorry, that's just my opinion, you know, because somebody joked about it, put my name in that word in the same sentence. So when you give up that much of your entire childhood behind the word, you know, it's not fucking funny. So, but I can laugh about things. Anyway, shit out. Please get over it. All right. So what came first, the goatee or the nickname? So the nickname came second. I had the goatee first. I don't know if you can see him back there. You know, young, proud skin, fucking just all swole up. So 800 feet away, police requesting backup near where you last used citizen. Weapon, see, 800 feet away. I guess if I open my balcony, I could go outside and see what's popping. He's on the WW program. Don't suffer. Maybe fast or push yourself harder, but don't get all crazy, right? It's just fake, but not happy. Or okay, you trick yourself into believing. Yeah, where's the goatee or the nickname? So there's that answer. The goatee came first. 20 hour pure position at a clinic. But pay cut. What do you think? So Cyrus Williams, making 20 an hour, but been offered a peer position at a clinic, but a big pay cut. What do you think? So if you do what you love, then you never work a day in your life. You know what I mean? If it's up to you, man, like what's more important, money, which you need money, but it's really just paper, man. It's how you, it is just paper. You know, it's how you feel at the end of the day about what you've been doing. Chicken Head, PK Neely, appreciate you, my boy. Right? I agree with you, Ryland Root. I am all over the place. Half the time, I told you guys, I'm a Shermhead, man. You know, I get lost in some of the shit I'm saying. My words get all fluttered up. Because I'm always thinking, I'm always, you know, before I used to be always plotting and praying and preying. You know, today I pray a different way, and I'm not so much plotting today. You know, I'm planning. I'm planning what to do with my life, with how to make my life better and the next individual's life better around me. That your life isn't worth anything except for what you bring to the next individual's life. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? Like, your life's no more important than the next individual's, and if you're able to bring something to their life, that makes you important. You know, I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense, but that's how I look at it. Like, you could think you're almighty and important and whatnot, but if you're not benefiting other people in the world, you're just another individual, man. You know, the brain never stops. It's a blessing and a curse. That's true, Sam, man. So jump off, brother. All right, stay up, Justice Caton. Appreciate you coming on. Really help kicking. I don't know if Kratom really helps kicking. That came after my time of having to kick. So, Sean Atwood, the question about the green light, I was thinking blinking yellow, right? Trouser Troll, you seen that? Good deal. It was right. I appreciate that, D Major. I appreciate that. You know, just like your wife doing that for me, man. That's so appreciated. You know, she's helping change someone else's life. You know, how's the shirts coming, by the way? Are the picture coming? YouTube videos and how has it helped? You know, all right. So, Ryan Montreal, what inspired me to do YouTube videos? Well, you guys did. You know, I would go read the comments, obviously, on Big Herc's shit all the time, and they would say, Badger, you need to start your own channel. Badger, you need to start your own channel. And I was already doing the bed at this time because I was so grateful to be sober, man. And I had already been doing the bed, and I go, well, maybe I can make enough money to cover that bed each and every month to where, you know, I put out a video or two and go with it like that and see how it works out. And that's what got me motivated, you know, wanting to be helpful to my fellow man. You know, my friend Dave, his people come from money. So he grew up with money his whole life, and he can't stand money. You know, to him, it's just a means to things, you know, which to all of us it really is. But those things are things that I would like to have or I need to have. And money is sort of important, but it just sort of grosses him out. Money just sort of grosses him out. Maybe because he's had it all his life. Maybe because he never wanted for anything. I don't know. But he's struggling a little bit now, and he gets lost, you know. Man, I wish I still had it that way or whatever. Serve to you got this, man. In root and column. It's moving along. Should be done in the next couple days. Stuff. Okay, so it's taking a minute. Tell her thank you for putting in the time, man. We appreciate her. You know. Yeah, guys, just keep pushing, man. End of your life, you answer to yourself first and foremost. Be true to yourself. Keep on, right? So at the end of the day, everything we've done is just everything we've done. It's how you feel about yourself, man. When I lay down at night, I close my eyes and I'm fucking asleep. I don't lay there with worry, you know what I mean? And I don't sit watching my back out here like I did inside. And that sucks for the rest of their lives. Some of them guys are going to be watching their back 24/7, you know? It's not cool, you guys. Just do your videos, just a laptop. So yeah, Cryptic Rick, right now I'm doing just a laptop. I have this little camera. I got this camera right here. I got a nice Canon in there. I just don't know how to operate them all, man. I'm trying to read all this shit, you know, all these instructions up here and all this and that, and it don't make sense to me. I'm the guy that has to be told and do hands-on. Trying to read it, I wish I could read the thing right here, and you know, Exhibit A equals portion B equals 2/3 of part C. It's like trigonometry to me, and I'm good at math, but not that kind of crap. Tyler Diaso, yeah, you got to get off the heroin, man. You know, you guys got to get, those of you that are out there on opiates, you know, when they say 1 minute at a time, man, they mean it. Sometimes you just got to sit through that shit. And, you know, clonidine is a great, I have to take it for my blood pressure from time to time, but it's also used for kicking heroin. And the first 3 days, it'll knock you out, you know, to where you're okay. You don't need any opiates or any of that, or any benzos or anything to kick, you know. That clonidine will do the wonders for it. Like I said, I have to take it for my blood pressure. But anyway, sad car or stay well. You guys keep supporting each other like that. I appreciate you guys looking out for each other. Today and my girlfriend's birthday. She's seeing you live. Could send a save. Go to. I missed what it's saying. How do I go back? Stop. Go away. I don't know what I did. Okay. Also, my gosh. Seeing you live could send a save. Gosto do 100 pinto. Gasto do 100 pinto? I don't know. Anyway, true on the north side up here. Where are you from? Okay. CVS put a lock in the Imodium. So, you know, they used to sell, what is it? I just bought some. You mix it in the drink to go to the bathroom. What is it? Anyway, they quit selling it because somebody made a YouTube video on how you can make shanks out of them. You know, just by adding water to that shit makes a beautiful piece. Solid as they come, just like steel. What's it called? Hang on. Right here. Metamucil. Metamucil, man. You can make a beautiful piece out of Metamucil, right? Well, somebody made a video about it, and after that, they took it out of all institutes, man, which was fucked up for that 78-year-old convict that's been there sitting on metal his entire life, got hemorrhoids for days because that cold pulls hemorrhoids out of you, sitting out there in the winter months on those little brown pieces, you know, metal benches. Yeah, man, some of those people actually need that shit to use the bathroom. But ever since that video came out, showed that you can make a beautiful shank out of Metamucil, they quit selling it. You know, it's fucked up for the guy that's still there doing time. Do you look back at your past life and see how self-destructive and careless you were and feel disconnect with most average people who most likely didn't? Because I feel that way today myself. Of course I do, my boy. Like I said, everything I did was just to get attention, man, and it was always the wrong kind of attention. You know? To be thought, oh, he's cool, oh, he's crazy. Just to have somebody say those words about me, man. I did the stupidest fucking stuff. Yeah, of course, I'm ashamed of my behaviors as a youth. Um, but I can't change any of that shit. It all made me who I am today. So I wouldn't trade any of it. Do I look back on it and think I wish things were different? Well, what good is that going to do? What fucking good is that going to do? I just have to be in acceptance of all the shit that I did. Look back and go, man, I'm grateful that I don't do that today. That's why I tell you, everybody out in the universe is a tool for me. I watch their behaviors and I go, that's cool. I mean, he's humble. He don't look scared. He's just humble. You know what I mean? Bruce Lee, total idol fan of. I mean, I'm a total fan of Bruce Lee. Totally humble, totally badass. Didn't start no shit, but he definitely would end some shit. Yeah, like the guy that's loud and retarded and at the poker table, I'm all in. You know what I mean? He ain't even got a pair, and you're like, hell yeah, I'll in with you, bud. Raise you. You know, people tell on themselves. I'm a fucking perfect people watcher, man. You know, I'm a perfect people watcher. I'll be dead without man. So boxing cold too when the time came. Yeah, I guess that would suck. I was thinking about it yesterday. When things were going good for you. So yeah, things are going okay for me. Like my girl, she's got her issues, I've got my issues, and sometimes it does weigh heavy. I have to learn to deal with bipolar, and it's a new one for me. It weighs heavy on me sometimes, and when I make her cry or something, I feel so inside, you know what I mean? Like, I did not mean to make you cry. I'm sorry, I'm short on the emotion that you're looking for, and I work on it. I do the best I can, and it's not always good enough, and then the next day everything's great, or everything's not great. So like the bipolar part, I'm learning to deal with. And why do you just quit loving somebody because they're bipolar? They have a mental illness? No, absolutely not. So, shout out to Nate Dogg for sure. 916. Shout out to War. You guys got to check out the podcast. Shout out to everybody I've done. JD, he just put a thing out. I guess I'm running a cult 10 years from now. You know what I mean? Prison stories raw. Tim Snow, great interview. Zoe, great interview. The Splinter, like I call these people after I'm done with them too. And the Splinter, like I call these people after I'm done with them too, and touch down with them. How you guys moving? Because this channel is not so much about what you did. Yeah, we get it. You did all this, but where are you at today after fucking up all that time? Where are you at today? It's about that we can move forward, man. Thank you, Sean Bud. Hey, Sean Bud, I meant to throw you many a shout outs, man. You get at me all the time in mail, and you've sent me this and that, and respect, my boy. And I forget to bring your name up from time to time, just because I'm a Shermhead, not any disrespect or anything. Chickenhead, PK Neely, appreciate you. Or are the prisons in Washington? I wouldn't know. You know what I mean? I'm not a Washington prisoner. OSP, which is Oregon State Prison, they have chomos walking the yard there too. Coming back on that show. Well, JD's gonna sit down and we're gonna do some rah because me and him know a lot of the same fellas, and we've seen a lot of the same violence, and we're gonna do a chop it up Patreon. It'll probably be at a high tier. It'll probably be at least convict. Yeah, we're gonna, because we were talking the other day about some of the same people, and I'm like, really? That's who I was involved with when this happened, and like some horrid shit, man, that I'm not going to put out for 32,000 non-name whatever. Most people that are paying for the channel aren't going to be ratting on anybody or anything, and names still won't be brought up, but whatever. Do you ever listen to Judge Bold or Rant? Yeah, it went too fast. Thanks for saying that. I was turned off by it because seen contests and one upper war story. No, yeah, Trouser Troll, you're absolutely right. That's why I don't attend NA, but any program that works for you guys is great. Yeah, I get tired of the egos and all that shit too. You know what I mean? I hate it being about war stories. To me, the program is in the book. You know what I mean? If it's not written in here, it's not the program. So, I just go there to find people that I'm going to hang out with and do like-minded things, motorcycle racing, go to the river, go to, whatever it is. Appreciate that, Cryptic Rick. Appreciate that. Sometimes I get a little hard on myself too. You know what I mean? Hi, Freya. So I guess you're getting ready to move, huh, sweetheart? History is more important than the past. We must know our history. Absolutely, man. We must know our history, and same thing goes for our people. So me and Killer Kevin just did an interview, and so he's a Marine, and someone asked him one time, like, hey, what did you feel when you kill those people? You know what I mean? And he's like, recoil. She's like, huh? Yeah, my shoulder. That's about all I'd feel. Like, he had zero emotions in on the fact that he had taken these fools out. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I don't want to go too much into that. But anyway, that whole video, there's no voice, man, which sucks. And we went into a little bit about, like the 14 words and 88. Everyone thinks 88 stands for Heil Hitler, man. It's just moronic, 88 are the precepts. That's how many precepts that we had, and I still believe in a lot of the precepts of spirituality. And we had mentioned number 27, which states it's absolutely useless to hate another race for being another race. Man, I hug who I want today. But like that shit, the ideology is smashed into your brain as a kid, and then you got all these people coming in with bald heads talking about they're a skinhead, and you ask them, where you from, homie? And they're like, well, I'm an independent skin, so, they got to the county jail, they shaved their head and they wanted to claim skinhead, they don't know anything about the 14 words. And the 14 words, every race you would think would be involved in that, for those of you that don't know them, it says we must secure the existence of our people and a future for white children. Bam, that's the first 14 words. Who doesn't want their race to continue? The second 14 is because the beauty of the white Aryan woman must not perish from this earth. Bam, who doesn't want their people around, right? So it has nothing to do with hate or anything along those lines with what I came into. It came into protection, looking out for your own, respecting one another. It's a gang now. People just want to be gang members. And it wasn't like that when I did what I did, the transformation that I made. It wasn't like that at all. So, and yeah, I hated everybody. I'm not going to lie. I hated everybody. I hated white people just as much, walking the yard, nodding, saying hi to them, same time, every single day, day in, day out, Groundhog Day. Can't stand them, still nodding to them. But that was just me. Hate was taught into me, like it was pounded into me. And I'm so grateful to be free of that more than anything today, because there's some evil motherfuckers in there. And I tried to be just as evil as the next guy just to have people leave me alone. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get that shirt out to who it is. I'm going to have to check these out. I think 2 of you guys are Thai. So you guys decide if you want it cut in half or do you want to pay shipping and that'll make you not Thai. I'll email you both and see where we're at because I want to be true to my word. And I will autograph it or I won't autograph it. It's up to you. When I get at you, let me know. So, guys, I'm going to let you go. I appreciate you coming on. Right. Which is like Corey Taylor said, how many times have you wanted to kill everyone and everything? Say you do it, but you never will, right? Love that. That's true. So I forget where I was at. Anyway, I'm bringing this to a close. I'll get at you guys on Gmail or however you got at me. I hope you left an address or in some way to get back at you. If you hadn't, go to Badgers Heavy Hitters at gmail.com now and leave an address and a mailing address, email address, or whatever. Or listen, guys, you guys can always reach me at P.O. Box 572875, P.O. Box 572875, Tarzana, California, 91357. You know, wouldn't it be awesome if like everybody that's a subscriber did send $1? Man, could you imagine how many people I could get off the streets each month? It's after that, it's on them. You know, bring them in, get them a haircut, give them a chance to go out and apply for a job and face responsibility, or go back out in the cold and live like they see us, like savages, no-name people, somebody nobody wants to talk to. A lot of these people, you'd be amazed that they turn themselves around. Mike Smith, one of my first guys, went through the house that I sent him to, and he's been at Costco so I've been 18 months. So he's been there like 17 months now, making $22 an hour, and just turned his life around. Nobody would have even smelt that dude into an application. And he thanks me all the time. When he came up to me and finally thanked me, I didn't recognize him. I'm like, do I know you, my boy? And he's like, man, I was like one of the first people you had put in the bed. And I'm like, oh my God, Mike Smith. You know what I mean? Anyway, guys, I appreciate you. I don't know. I hope you guys can find your platform to get that change that you need to feel inside. And I know you guys come to the prison channel for prison shit, but you know, I just can't do it 24/7. Not the whole prison thing. You know what I mean? No, man. Ryland Root, that is not even the case. Trust me, not many a dollar of that would go into my pocket, man. I would turn it around and just be able to, I would open house after house, even if they were nonprofits, bringing people in and giving them an opportunity. And trust and believe that that's true. I don't need much more than I have right now. So the only thing I'd like to do is get my girl a car. And other than that, I have everything I need. So every dollar would go to benefiting my fellow man. Trust and believe that. You know what I mean? Crystal Harmon, Andrew Evans. There's your shout out, Crystal Harmon. Appreciate you for sure. Crystal Harmon and Andrew Evans. Are you guys a couple? That's so sweet. Right? Coming to the prison channels for change. It's a good idea, man, because a lot of these people out there, fucking an eighth of a second is the rest of their life gone. One's dead and the other's, you know, one's on the way to the morgue and one's on the way to county jail, man. Gone. Over some coochie that you're never going to sniff again. Not me, my boy. But back then when I was a kid, lacking in emotions, being hated as a child within my own home, all the deaths that I had already dealt with as a kid. And for those of you who don't know, I lost 14 people in 14 days. Now, they weren't all my tight-knit friends, but they were all associates that I knew or whatever. In Bullhead City, you know, 14 people in 14 days. That's a lot of people, man. You know what I mean? And it opened my eyes to death. It opened my eyes to life as well. So with all that said, you guys, I respect you all. I appreciate you all. Keep pushing, man. You know what I mean? Keep pushing. Be kind to your fellow man. You know, let especially your stepchildren know that you appreciate them. You know, you love them, whatever it is, man. You could be saving them from a lifetime of misery just by saying I love you or I'm proud of you. You know, those are two words that I never heard. So I'd love to hear those words still, you know. I'd almost have to pay my girlfriend to say them, but it's all right. Peace out, you guys. You guys have a good night, and I'll touch bases with you soon. Looking forward to dropping my first interview of me by me on Patreon. Um, I'll probably give convict status, was where it's going to go, because I don't like discussing the shit that I've done. Who in the hell wants to come on here and be like, yeah, I'm been busted for murder? Fucking come on, man. And then what are you doing out here? Why ain't you still busted? And a lot of people feel that way about me. Why aren't you still busted? They don't know me. They don't know my character. They don't know what kind of heart I got. You know what I mean? They just knew what kind of heart I didn't have, or if I did, it was a black heart. Anyway, peace out, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. All right on, Bill Gotti. Appreciate that. So, thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for giving me a platform to maybe help you, help me, help someone else. I don't know. That's the only way I can think of it. So, Cindy's Journey, appreciate you. You know what I mean? So, all right, you guys, peace out. Deuces.